Alright, so with the current situation, I wasn't planning on actually making any kind of video like this. I thought I'd just get away with making a few display videos and anything else that I would like to film. I've currently got one metal detecting video underway, and then that's it for my detecting footage. So it's going to be a few months before there's any more proper metal detecting videos that come out. But until then, I do have quite a few relic restoration and preservation videos on the way. I've had quite an interest in that at the moment, and I've been watching quite a few videos on YouTube and reading quite a few things online about how to properly clean and preserve metal detecting finds. So anyway, I've made a bit of a list of what you can do during this isolation period, because it's best that we all stay indoors to get this thing knocked over. So I've written down a bit of a list here in notes, and so the first one was keep in contact on Facebook. I've noticed more and more over the last few weeks, people have been posting on Facebook, messaging on Facebook. There's been a lot of engagement between not only the metal detecting community but just the general community as well, which has been really great. So a few of my favourite Facebook groups, these are Australian based. If I was doing international, we could be here all day talking, but a few of my favourite Australian Facebook groups are Detecting Down Under, Aussie Metal Detectives and Aussie Metal Detecting. They all have great admins. Craig on Aussie Metal Detecting, he posts up these photo boards all the time. You can post your World War II badges or your coins or your buttons. It's really good. They're all three really great environments. Share some finds, some photos, some tips, stories, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely great. I'd definitely recommend that if you've got Facebook. Another thing I've been doing more and more at the moment is watching a lot of live streams on Facebook, just some general detecting talk and that kind of thing. Ben O'Reilly's Monday Night Live, and Justin, aka Cleggy, he's Wednesday Night Live from his shop. They have some great information. Last night Cleggy was talking about the difference between some moderate range metal detectors, difference between gold, beach detecting, coin and relic detecting. There's great information on there. Ben's is really high production value. He's got guests on there sometimes, obviously not at the moment, but sometimes he has guests, and some really valuable information on there, and it'll definitely help you out, and it's really just enjoyable to watch. Something else I saw on Facebook yesterday was Rod Roach from my local area. He shared one of his old YouTube videos. He doesn't make them anymore, not for a couple of years now, but he used to make some really good videos, find some really cool stuff. And he shared a video, it's almost 5 years old now, I'm pretty sure, from 2015. And it was when we were up at this old World War II base, and he found this toy gun, and I watched it, and it was really cool to see something that we, when we were out and about 5 years ago, which is actually quite a long time. Seeing that video, I started, binge watching some of the older metal detecting videos from the past decade, and I've compiled a few of my favourites, some that I went on there and I see comments from myself, 5-6 years ago, and it's just really cool to rewatch those videos. Some of those people unfortunately have passed away, such as Colin. He was a really good guy in the detecting community, and there are a few that just don't post anymore. So anyway, there's some classic videos there. I'll post a link to that playlist down below. I think I've called it Best of Australian Metal Detecting. There's some really cool stuff in there, and you can travel back in the last 10 years and watch some of my favourite Australian metal detecting videos. Also, since we've been in this state of isolation, I've been putting together some displays. I'll link some of those videos in the description. But another really interesting video I saw the other day was from Paul, aka Cointector, and he put out a video where he uses the glass lid from an instant coffee jar, and he turns that into a display and puts a rising sun in there, some cartwheel pennies, that kind of stuff. It's a really cool video, and it's a very cheap and practical and really eye-catching way to display your metal detecting finds. So I'll link that video as well in the description. Very cool video, definitely recommend checking that out. It's a really cool thing to do while you're stuck at home and can't be out at the parks or the beaches or the goldfields. Another thing I've noticed is Warren from NQ Explorers, he's still uploading, which is great. You can go watch his videos, some great finds on there, a really enjoyable watch. He also posted a video recently where he compares today's situation with the situation during the war. So I'll link that video as well in the description. Another great watch, go check that one out as well. So as well as displaying my finds, I've also been restoring and cleaning and preserving my finds. Just something to do to get the time by when I can't be out in the field, clean up some finds. What I've been using is Andre's pencils. You may have seen that video. That was 2 or 3 videos back. I also have been posting on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok as well some iron relics which I've been using vinegar and electrolysis and that kind of thing to clean them up and preserve those as well. At the moment I've actually got a horseshoe soaking in vinegar, which is just around the corner outside. That's been going for about a week now, and it's actually really cool because you can mess around with chemical reactions with different products and materials, and really clean and preserve some of those fines up, and trying not to damage them, of course. Another thing I've been doing is planning and researching new sites that I want to go to. And before this happened, I had some detecting trips planned with actually about 4 or 5 people, which have all had to be cancelled, unfortunately, over the next couple of months. And I was really looking forward to that, but unfortunately we will have to stay inside. It's the responsible thing to do, and I can't be driving 4 hours away to go metal detecting, of course. So those have been postponed to after this is over, and so there'll be a lot of those videos collaborating with some other people that have YouTube channels, some of them don't, but anyway, some really cool videos coming in that regard. So I was actually really interested to see what other people had been doing, why they couldn't be out metal detecting. So I posted a poll thing on Instagram where you can put your answers in of what you've been doing. It was only last night, so we'll see if we've got any. It just says, metal detecting alternatives. Since detecting is put on hold, what are you doing in isolation? And we got a few responses here. So Alex comments on a lot of my videos, and he sends me a lot of the cool things he finds down in Victoria, I'm pretty sure. He said he's been cleaning up finds, which I'm sure a lot of us have been, because what else is there to do? Another guy here says World War II relic digging in a field, so he's very lucky that he's actually able to get out and dig. Micro meteorite hunt in the garden or on your roof. I can still detect, but I'm testing soon. Meteorite hunting from in your roof? Oh yeah, I've seen that on YouTube actually, where the miniature meteorites hit your roof and then roll into the gutter or something like that. Oliver says researching possible sites for metal detect urbex in the future, making a list of these, which is similar to what I just said there. Making a list of future sites, and I've actually been writing up a few permission requests for different sites nearby, which obviously won't be able to detect on soon, but have them pre-planned. Andy writes FPV drone racing and MTB trails in the backyard, so he's having some fun in the backyard with his drone. Someone else says going to try designing and making my own sand scoop. That's actually a great idea. I remember during the huge storms that we had 2015, I think it was, I ended up making a sand scoop because we couldn't get down to the beach, but as soon as those storms finished, I wanted to be on the beach as soon as I could. So I got out with my friend Max, and we cut up this Bunnings green sand scoop. I'm sure you've seen heaps of people do it. Michael Oliver's done it, Darren and Frederick Barnes, I'm pretty sure they're the first to do it. Yeah, and we cut up this sand scoop, drilled a bunch of holes in it, and it was quite inexpensive as well. The sand scoop's only $50, I think. Another guy says drink beer and cook and eat meat. And then Mitch says he's been doing cardistry. So obviously there's a lot of options there that obviously people have been filling their time with, because you can't get out in the field necessarily. And one other thing I'm going to try, so I've put this off for a while and I've had this for a little bit of time, but I've bought these transfer paper, just from an office supplies shop, and then this shirt here, because it's blue, and I don't really have a shirt this colour, which is, I don't know what you call it, brand colours maybe, it's the same colour as my logo, which was $12, and this was $20 for the whole packet, I think, and there's 4 sheets in here, 5 sheets. So anyway, I'm going to give that a shot now, something to do today, and see how it turns out, and see if it's a success, or if I just melt a bunch of plastic onto a shirt and ruin it. So I hope you like that video. It was just a quick one on some things that I've been doing and others have been getting up to. Obviously nothing fancy, there was no digging, unfortunately. I may, at the end of this, just put a quick snippet of what's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. It's been taking me a while to edit together, but it's getting there, and it's really close to being finished, and I'm really excited to upload that one. Alright guys, see you in the next one.
Oh, check that out.